What's up YouTube, Tom itself here. Today we're taking a look at the battle pickup LMGs. As always with these videos, check out simthic.com for all the stats, accuracy plots, and updates. Like most guns, the LMGs are good if you can get them in the right situations, but there are plenty of cases where they're not the preferable gun. As you can't just spawn in with one of these weapons, they're a little bit tricky to get to know. If you have to pick one up because you run out of ammo, knowing what kind of situations you want to put yourself in to do well with it is important. Or if you just happen to be passing by one on the map, knowing where you're headed, what you're going to be doing, and deciding if the LMG would be a better choice than whatever you currently have as your primary is really useful. In general, they're mid-range weapons. You gotta get past 10-15 meters with a shotgun or range where the SMGs are really gonna have an advantage, just in part due to their much tighter hipfire spread. The LMGs have fairly wide hipfire, but not so far away that the damage drop off and the large amount of recoil and normal amount of spread is going to cause you to miss a lot of shots. It's not that they're useless at longer ranges, other weapons just perform better. Are these weapons overpowered? No, I don't think so. We'll put it this way, the Thompson, a bit underpowered, still completely effective. The degree to which the LMGs are overpowered is less than the degree to which the Thompson is underpowered. So let's take a look at some stats. The MG36, 33 to 20 damage at 750 RPM. The closest weapons this compares to are the assault rifles, which are typically 28 to 18 damage at 800 and 850 RPM. And the assault rifle damage drop does start a little further out. The drum mag makes for some fairly fast reloads, especially if you don't have to work the action. The spread numbers are fairly typical for guns in Battlefield games, but the recoil, especially the horizontal recoil, is some of the highest I've ever seen in a Battlefield game. The only good news about that recoil is the first shot multiplier, which is only 1. And this would have a lot of recoil for an LMG in Battlefield 3, which is a game where if you normally wanted to use an LMG, we're kind of best off using it with a bipod just to tame that recoil. Well, there's no option for a bipod in Hardline, so you just have to deal with that recoil. And that makes using this at longer ranges, or just with sustained fire, pretty challenging. So, well, like both LMGs, burst firing, very good idea. The MG36 that spawns on the map comes equipped with a red dot sight, laser, and ergo grip, which is statistically the same as a vertical grip. Helps with shooting while moving. Those attachments do nothing to tame the massive recoil of this gun, and encourage you to just get in close, spray from the hip, and keep moving around as you empty the drum magazine into your enemies. That's generally not how I would choose to use this gun. It's more that you run into a situation where you're going to need 100 rounds in the magazine because that's how many enemies are coming at you. The MG36 is what spawns in the LMG Armory for the vehicles, the sedan and coupe. And this time it has a different set of attachments on it. The MG36 that spawns in the trunk of the cars has a muzzle brake and stubby grip. These help a lot with the accuracy of the weapon. If I could just equip the MG36 on a class and however I wanted, this is likely the setup I would run with. Well, unless they let me use a suppressor, in which case I might do that because suppressors on LMGs are just funny. But this is the version of the MG36, and well, just the light machine gun you're going to have the easiest access to because you're not relying on the map spawns and somebody else not to pick it up from that map spawn. This is one you can get for yourself most of the time. As long as there's one of those vehicles on the map, it's an option. Ignoring the cost to purchase it for each vehicle at 75,000 apiece, is this worth it? You give up the option for 3 Stinger missiles or 1 RPG. It's certainly a more versatile option, infantry, unarmored vehicles, helicopters, and it can get more kills than either of the other options. But when you need to deal with a helicopter, or especially an armored vehicle, you really need to deal with it, and there aren't many options for doing that. Giving up your RPG to do better, just running around killing infantry, not really the best call, especially when your primary weapon should have the same general functionality as the LMG. The M240 Bravo is essentially a battle rifle with a 100-round magazine, shares the same damage profile as the battle rifles, and has a battle rifle rate of fire at 600 RPM, just 100 rounds in the magazine and a nearly 7-second reload. Comes equipped with a flash hider and stubby grip. The flash hider is kind of nice, especially in the night maps when you're up on a rooftop firing a big LMG at guys, just a little less conspicuous. One thing to note is the 0.5 first shot recoil multiplier. If you can tap fire it really quickly, that will help rein in the recoil. And like most of its stats, the recoil is on par with what you'd see from battle rifles. It just comes in a little lower on the vertical recoil and a little higher on the horizontal recoil for the category. It's got nearly 5 times the magazine of a normal battle rifle and only like 3.5 times the reload. You'll kill a bunch of guys, then their friends will come and you'll kill them too, and then their friends will come and you'll be reloading and you'll just die. While there's a bit of a pattern as to where they put the LMG spawns on the map, I haven't found anything to predict which one will be there. I mean, once you know what's on that map and mode, it's the same one every time, but until then, I have no way to predict which one will be there. I hope this video was useful. A big thanks to Synthic.com for the stats, and I will see you guys next time.